Arthur the Rat. Once there was a young rat named Arthur who could never make up his mind. Whenever his friends asked him if he could like to go out with them, he would only answer, "I don't know." He wouldn't say yes or no either. He would always shirk make a noise. His Aunt Helen said to him, "Now look here, no one is going to care if you carry on like this. You have no more mind than a blade of grass." One rainy day, the rats heard a great noise in the loft. The pine rafters were all rotten, so that the barn was rather unsafe. At last the joist gave way and fell to the ground. The walls shook and the rats' hair stood on end in fear and horror. "This won't do," said the captain. I'll send out scouts to search for a new home." Within 5 hours, the 10 scouts came back and said, "We found a stone house where there is room and a board for all of us. There is a kindly horse named Nellie, a cow, a calf, and a garden with an elm tree." The rats crawled out of their little houses and stood on the floor in the long line. Just then the old one saw Arthur. "Stop," he ordered coarsely. "You are coming, of course." "I'm not certain," said Arthur, undaunted. "The roof may not come down yet." "Well," said the old angry rat, "I can't wait for you to join us. Right about the face. March." Arthur stood and watched them hurry away. I think I'll go tomorrow," he calmly said to himself, but then again, "I don't know. It's so nice and snug here." That night there was a big crash. In the morning, some men with some boys and girls rode up and looked at the barn. One of them moved aboard, and he saw a young rat, quite dead, half in, half out of his hole. Thus, the shirker got his due. Kit. The quick little kitten thinks it bit a pretty big fish. Dress. Many of Jeff's best friends slept in mesh tents in pleasant weather. Trap. The harrowing black cat dashes at any man and lands on the plaid carriage. Lot. The honest swan stops and acknowledges the fox dodging the bothered wasp. Strut. Mother loves butter that comes from the southern countryside. Foot. The butcher should put the pudding in the wooden nook to cook. Bath. Can't half the staff ask to transfer to the enchanted castle in France? Cloth. Cloth. Lawrence often, Cloth. Lawrence often offers Ross a Florida orange and horribly strong, frothy Boston coffee. Nurse. The early bird preferred the earthy worm. Fleece. These unique machines teach people to speak and reason. Face. The raven waits until late day for the great wave to break. Palm. Father and Ma said to calm the facade in the Nevada Plaza. Thought. The small walrus caught the hawk in the salty water. Goat. The rose slowly grows in Owen's old grove. Goose. The beautiful music booms and humans move to the groove. Price. The shy writer types at night to fight the silence in my mind. Choice. The spoiled boy hoists the toy from the soil. Mouth. The mountains of flowers crowd in the grounds about the house. Near. Deirdre's fear seriously interferes with her ideal career. Square. Beware of the scarce fairies, rare mares, and scary prairie bears. Start. The Sahara party marvels at the far star on the safari. North. Laura's warm aura reforms Thor's horse for the important war. Force. The adorable boar snores hoarsely and notoriously hoards imported pork. Cure. The tourist endures rural tours of the Europe. Cure. The tourist endures rural tours of Europe and procures gourmet bourbon. Happy. The coffee, salami, spaghetti, and macaroni are ready. Letter. Sugar covers tiger's whiskers. Comma. Comma. Bertha's and Cinderella's saga is a drama. R. Richard, Wilbur, and Harry are running around the treacherous river. L. Linda, Allie, pool belly muscles. Sorry. L. Linda and Allie pool belly muscles, laughing laboriously. NG. The singing mockingbird is swinging on the ring and dings the awning. TH. The thespians gather and breathe 3 authentic breaths together. H. Harry and Hillary happily harvest heaps of herbs behind the beehive. HOD. The cute, dutiful blue cuckoo. HOD. HOD. Sorry.
It's YOD.
Oh.
No, it's okay.
I guess I was looking at the H above. YOD. The cute, dutiful blue cuckoo resumes cooing suitable tunes enthusiastically. W. Will and Drew whistle when the wind blows between the whimsical weeping willows. ING. Miss Fanning. ING. ING. Miss Fanning is walking and hiking in Wyoming. S. Susie lives in her sister's house on Easy Street with her Siamese cats and Siberian Husky dogs. I would say probably the people that we ran into. You know, like the locals through these, whether small villages or through like big cities, Gahon, Bilbao. They're really helpful. Like they would help you out for like an hour, 30 minutes or whatever. And like it, and I did notice that in my other through hikes, and you know, but I wasn't as lost as here as compared to the other trails I did, you know, compared to the U.S. Like, why do people do this? You know, like okay, I'm going to point A to point B, and you know, some people like, okay, I'm going to do this trail to do this. You know, at first I just did it with my partner. You know, like I always want to see what's next. Like that's why I got to keep moving forward. You know, like what's around the corner, what's around on top of the hill. You know, like I like that. When I was a kid, I would always have these models of cars or airplanes, and I would just be hunkered in my room, just building these models and just creating things. And actually at first I started with Legos, and then I created like the model planes and stuff like that. And then I was kind of just lost in college. I always do like artwork in high school, but I didn't know what to do in college. So I met this graphic designer in in Camarillo in Ventura County, and she studied industrial design, and so, but she was also her main business was graphic design, but she studied industrial design. And I told her what I liked and did, and she's like, "You would love industrial design." And I was like, "All right, cool. You make models, you draw, you do this and that." And I was so excited that there's a profession like that. So she told me about Long Beach, Cal State University, Long Beach. It's a long degree, so, because you have to learn the fundamentals of drawing and perspective and rendering with markers and colored pencils or whatever, just the foundation of it, and knowing materials, steel, plastics, like how it's created in a factory, like in a tool, in a mold still, and how it's projected out of the mold. So you have to think about undercuts and stuff like that, and just the parting lines of products and the screws, the fasteners, and all that. So